Good morning, students. Welcome to the science class. We were at chapter number 4, plants in the surrounding and environment. Up to now, we have seen different parts of the plants, root, shoot, leaves. We have even studied photosynthesis process, and we have studied 2 activities related to the process. So in today's lecture, we are going to start with the new topic, that is transpiration. So, students, do you know that plants also releases water? A question will be there in your mind that, ma'am, if plants are releasing the water but we are not able to see this water, then what is the proof that plant is releasing water? Yes, students, plants are releasing water, and this water is in the form of vapor, water vapor. That is why you are not able to see. Plant, they actually releases water in the form of water vapor through the pores of the stomata which are present in their leaves. In the last lecture, we have already studied that the surface, under surface of the leaves, they are containing small pores, that is called as stomata. So through this pores only, the plants, they are releasing water in the form of water vapor. And this process is called as transpiration. So you know, students, a large amount of water is actually evaporated from the surface of the plant through this process, and which produces a cooling effect in the plant. Still you will be saying, ma'am, we don't believe because we haven't seen water. So you are not believing me, students, right? Okay, science is all about experiments. Let us prove this transpiration by using experiment activity. So in this activity, what we will do is we will just perform a simple experiment. We will take a well watered plant, potted plant, medium size, let it be, and we will take 2 polythene bags which are transparent so that you can see inside it. So transparent polythene bags you will have to take, and 2 threads you have to take which are used for tying. Now let us take the plant and we have to use 2 main branches of the plant. One branch is on the one side and the other on the second side, like this. This is the one branch and the second this branch, right? So we have to, what we have to do is we have to remove the leaves of one branch. Let us remove the leaves of this branch, students, and let us keep the leaves of this plant, right? Okay, the next step we have to do is we will use a polythene and tie this whole branch. See how we have done it in this figure. According to this, we have to tie it with a thread tightly, such that the base is very tight. Nothing should escape from this base. It should be very tight, students. The second branch, which is containing leaves, that also we have to tie by using thread and very tightly so that nothing is released from here. Okay, now you will be thinking, after tying, ma'am, what we have to do? Students, you have to keep this plant in sunlight for 2 hours. So after 2 hours, what you will observe? You know, students, you will be surprised to see water droplets in this polythene that is containing leaves. The branch which is containing leaves, the polythene, if you take out, it will be containing water droplets. While the branch which is not consisting of the leaves will not be containing any water droplets. You know why? Because leaves are not present, so stomata was not there, so no transpiration occurred to release water. While the second branch which was containing leaves, there I can say that transpiration was there by using stomata which was under surface of the leaves, and thus water droplets are found. But then you will say, ma'am, if we are not covering the polythene, then we are not able to see. So if you are not covering the polythene, you will not see, because that water is in the form of water vapor. But since we covered it with the polythene, we allowed it undisturbed for 2 hours. It means that water vapor was cooled to form water. वाटर वेपर जब कूल हो जाता है तब वो वाटर ड्रॉपलेट में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, फिर आप उसे देख सकते हो. While in the normal room temperature or in the normally without polythene, it will never convert into water droplet and you will not be able to see. So naturally water is released in the form of water vapor. This process is called as transpiration. So you are believing me, students, now? Of course you will have to, right? As you have seen the conclusion. So we came to conclusion here that water vapor is lost through the stomata from the leaves during transpiration, and this water vapor was condensed to form water droplets, which we can see in the base of the polythene. So next topic is food prepared by the plants. So now in the last lecture only we studied that photosynthesis is actually the process by which plants prepare their own food, right? So they use sunlight, they use carbon dioxide, they use water to prepare their own food. Then what about the amount of food which is prepared? So plants, you know what they are doing is, they are not using all the amount of the food which they are preparing. They are storing it somewhat. Somewhat they are using and somewhat they are storing. So where they will store? Some of the plants, what they do is they store it in the roots, like carrot. Carrot is the root which we are eating. Some of them, they store it in the stem, like potato. Potato is a stem which we are eating, but since the food is stored, so it is fleshy, so we are eating. While some of them, they store in their leaves also. Cabbage. Cabbage is the leaves which we are eating. But the food is stored, so it is fleshy and thus we are eating. Again you will ask for a proof. I know, students, you won't believe, right? So I will show you one activity. So here is the activity which proves that potato is containing food. You know, food is starch, right? Food is stored in the form of the glucose, that is starch, right? So in the last we performed the activity that shows that if starch is present anywhere, you know, then if we use particularly iodine for this, then the starch will turn blue-black. Let us see what happens with the potato. What we will do is we will take a slice from the potato and we will take the iodine solution. Then we will take the dropper. By using dropper, we will drop few drops of the iodine over potato. We will see that the white colored potato slice will turn blue-black. Why? Because food is stored in it. The food which is stored in is actually the starch stored in it, which turns iodine blue-black. This is the proof. Thus we conclude that potato contains starch. Potato contains stored food. Next we will see plant products we use. So plants, we know they are very useful to us in our daily life. Many things which we use, which are around us, which are required in our daily life, they are obtained from plants only. Shall I tell you what are these things? You know very well. Let us see, but still. So many food items which we eat, they are obtained from plants only. We eat cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, nuts, oil, spices, all of them, they are we are getting this from plants only. You will say spices also. Yes, the spices which we are eating, they are also, we are obtaining them also from plants. Next, we also get tea, coffee, sugar, cocoa, beans from the plant. So this cocoa beans, from this cocoa beans, your chocolates which you love, they are made actually, right? Nextly, they give us coconut, sandalwood and neem, which is used to make oil. And from this oil we make like soaps, shampoos, which we use in our daily life. We know some plants like tulsi is there, neem is there, ginger is there. They give us medicines. The medicines, they are containing these plants in a certain amount, which are used to cure our diseases. The plants like coconut, jute, sun, hemp, flax and cotton, They give us fiber. From this fiber we are making clothes which we are wearing. Even we are making bags, baskets, carpets. So they are very useful. You know outer covering of the coconut fruit? Yes, coconut fruit I think all of you have seen, and its outer covering also you have seen. So the outer covering of this coconut fruit is called as coir. So this is actually coir is obtained from this outer covering, and it is used for making the strong ropes, right? Nextly, the tree like bamboo is used to make paper. Plants such as teak, sal, sesame, pine and deodar, they are giving us timber. This timber is used to build furniture, doors and windows. So we get a lot of things which we are using in our everyday life from plants only. We get other materials like cork, rubber and gum from plants. Thus we see plants are very important from us. Apart from giving different things which we use in our life, day-to-day life, they are giving us oxygen also to breathe, without which we cannot live even for a second. Even they are binding the soil, they are holding the soil, otherwise the soil would be washed along with the water. They are even the home for different insects, animals and organisms. If trees won't be there, then forest won't be there. Then where the animals, insects, birds, they would be living? Have you ever thought? Those trees, they are very, very important for us. We should take care for them. We should water them properly. We should not cut trees and we should plant them more. So in the next lecture, students will continue with the new chapter, that is adaptation in the plants. Thank you.